Well, welcome back then. This is the Wuxi Classic. Coverage extensive throughout the course of the week here on Eurosport. Reanne Evans qualifying up against one of the 4 wildcards here, Zhu Yinghui. She's trailing 2 frames to 0. She had chances in the first frame, not really many in the second though. You do feel, Neil, that she needs this frame. 3-0 down, it's a real tall order.
Yep, she needs to get something here in way of getting a frame under her belt. I think you made a point earlier on, I think it was a good one, about the fact she did a lot of press over there, and there's a lot of expectation, anticipation, and she's probably feeling the pressure in a different way to what she usually would playing on the male tour. In that now she's got to a venue, I guess people are talking about her, and she would hate to lose and not acquit herself well in this match. So she's got her own pressures in a match like this. Not that it's necessarily showing just yet, but we all know that she's an excellent player, and she would just dearly love the chance to really showcase her skills here at this tournament this week.
Well, that was a mistake by Zhu. So Reanne, let's have a look. Can that red go by the black? Looks a bit tight. There we have it. Well played. She's from Dudley in the West Midlands. Certain Ronnie O'Sullivan wasn't born too far from there.
She's come slightly awkwardly there, actually. She's got a choice of red still, but the red on the right is the one that's just in the way of a number of opportunities. Now, if this one goes past the blue into the top right, then that will keep things alive. Wouldn't be the most difficult shot to be playing, but would she screw back for the black or go for a lower value colour? She's doing the latter. Played it well.
Certainly helped pushing that red towards the corner. Actually, it's just the wrong side of the blue. Didn't have to do too much with the cue ball there. Might just be a little bit straight on this. Ooh.
Yeah, it was a straight shot and she needed a bit of power there, and it may have looked easy, and it was just the fact that she was forcing it and she just didn't, I think, hit the cue ball smack in the centre there. That can happen on that sort of a shot.
Zhu's taking his chance there. Nicely on a baulk colour. Here's that shot again, Neil. As you said, just didn't hit it well.
No, just sometimes on these very fine cloths, it's quite difficult to get the cue ball to grip over that kind of a range. So a bit of force goes in, a bit of shoulder goes into the shot, and you just lose your accuracy. Can happen. But, it's given Zhu Yinghui another chance. The match is not really going the way of Reanne Evans so far. She hasn't really settled in yet. The first frame took 31 minutes and it set them both back, I think. She probably wanted to get on with it, and often in a best of 9 frame match, or any match really, but a match of this kind of duration, if the first frame goes scrappy, both players can get a little disappointed that they haven't started in the way that they would have hoped, and some react better than others to that.
I think the first frame, Reanne played a bad shot on the yellow. She tried to snooker behind the green and she just didn't hit it well, and it allowed Zhu back into the frame. He stole it. Needed a couple of more opportunities, it has to be said, and to be fair to Reanne, she didn't really get many opportunities in the second frame. She just needs the frame to settle down. Well, we've been saying that she's an excellent player, and she is. We all know that, those that follow snooker closely. It's like anything else, until you get a frame on the board, as you'll know, Neil, at this level, she won't properly settle until that happens.
I think that's right. It's a bit of an old cliche, but it actually is very true. That you don't feel involved in a match, and that might make her feel involved. Zhu has overcut that. The angle was there. So Reanne out very quickly from her chair to get to the table for this chance. Had to go into them. There was a couple of reds sticking out. There were backup reds, but even then, she still could have been left on something easier than this. No, you can see straight away we were right behind that, and it was not overly close to the pocket. She had to maybe force an angle to get the cue ball over to the right more, but it went wrong.
Good pot to the centre pocket there. So Zhu unexpectedly back at the table. A lot quicker than he would have anticipated. Oh dear me, a bit of a thud, didn't it? Our referee there, Zhu Jin, just dropping the cue ball. Nothing she can do, just has to sit and suffer and ponder.
And wanted to avoid going into those bulk colours. If he's finished nicely on that yellow, then he's very fortunate.
Very good opportunity this now for Zhu. Delicate one, this.
Well, it is, and it's a slightly acute angle from there to the middle, especially if he's trying to force it at all, which I think he will be. Just got to give this a bit of extra care. I'm not that surprised. Those shots are missable. And the fact that he's almost trying to get the cue ball across again, then a bit like the shot Reanne played into the top right pocket, you end up overcompensating on the angle of the pot and missing it. She's getting chances, and at some point then Reanne, if she's going to get a foothold into this match, then she would need to win frames from here.
Struck it well, just lost the cue ball though. Yeah, she knew as soon as she'd hit that she'd missed it. Missed it the blue by some margin actually. So chance after chance for both players at the moment.
Well, he's played that without an awful lot of control, actually. I don't know what he played. He certainly played the cannon, but the cue ball just careered around the table. Good recovery. Yeah, I'm sure he played the cannon on the red and the right cushion there. And hence the speed he played it at. If he'd have played it slower though, he might have been in better control of the cannon and pushed the red over the right corner pocket, but the speed he played it, he was guessing. I think that's one thing I've noticed about his game. He's a very decent little player, but he plays a few shots where he hasn't really got much guarantee of where the cue ball or any other balls are going to finish. Takes a few chances. He needs to tighten up on that. If he can do that, then clearly some ability is there. Well, no choice here, just to roll in behind blue. And there's enough gap behind the red there for the cue ball to go if this shot has just got slightly wrong from Reanne. Well, she managed to get contact. It's a question now of whether this red is potable from here. She'll be anxious on this one. Does it pass the pink to the right middle? If so, Zhu Yinghui has got a chance. Oh, very well played. Wrong side on this, but needs to just roll it in, and that would ensure that the frame goes his way. Wow, he's overcut it. That was frame ball. Is he going to live to regret that shot? Because he was only potting it, he wasn't trying any position whatsoever. Would have meant 28 in it with 27 on.
That was a bad miss, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't do anything with the cue ball. Now, they are missable, but he wasn't trying anything but the pot. Anyway, could prove significant, especially now that yellow has dropped in. Has it gone too far? You're kidding, that's a little unlucky. She played the shot so well. There's no reason why you would expect to go in behind the brown. I know it's away from its spot. There's always a chance of it. Not that. Anything but that. Well, she's almost presented this frame to Zhu Yinghui with that last shot.
I think a free ball's been called.
Yeah, he won't need it though, because well, he's on the green in the first place, and this, I'm afraid, is 3-0. And as I say, most players who watch the game, nothing against Zhu Yinghui, most players who are watching this game who are snooker enthusiasts might be thinking it's a bit of a shame that she's gone 3-0 down here in this wildcard round, which a few people are disappointed that she has to play in, but that's the way it is. And that's not going to cheer her up either. So I think it's the concession, and looking down the barrel here, Reanne Evans.
Yeah, she's conceded the frame. She's going for a comfort break. She trails now by 3 frames to 0.